This year, 14 states will consider legalizing medical marijuana. That's on top of 14 states where it is already legal. Tonight, our CNN special investigation focuses on Colorado, where a mother and son have started a pot business that is legal and it is booming. Here is Jim Spellman.
I wish you could smell this through the camera. It would really blow your mind.
This is the new face of marijuana in Colorado.
I love marijuana. And
His name is Jason Irwin. He's 27 years old and he grows and sells medical marijuana. And this is Jason's business partner, Diane Irwin, also known as Jason's mom.
And I believe marijuana can change the whole world, too.
Together, the Irwins run a booming business in Denver, a medical marijuana dispensary called Highland Health. He grows the weed, she helps sell it, all in full compliance with the law.
And I just raised Jason to be an independent, free thinker, you know.
I think you succeeded.
I think so. I am very proud of my son.
It wasn't always that way. When Jason was in high school, the Irwins had a more traditional mother-son relationship.
She would, confiscate the pot, flush it down the toilet.
That was only the beginning. Jason soon became an old-fashioned drug dealer.
Did you know that Jason was illegally selling marijuana?
Yeah, my son and I are very close. There's not too much that we don't share with each other about our lives, and he knew how I felt about it.
How did you feel about it?
I was constantly in fear for him.
But in 2008, Jason went legit, opening his own dispensary to sell pot to clients with medically and legally sanctioned marijuana habits.
The scene was not like it is now. Like, 90% of the bud was still on the streets. We've totally just basically taken the market from the street.
He was on the right side of the law, but walking a very fine line. Listen to him describe the supply side of the equation.
You get like a dude comes down from the mountains or wherever and slaps a duffel bag on your desk full of weed, and he's like, here, pick what you want.
Last year, Jason decided to take control, and he knew the perfect person to help.
He called me one day on the phone and said, Mom, I think we should buy this land, and how do you feel about growing medical marijuana? And I said, okay. It was just a faith thing.
Yes, this is me and my mother's little marijuana farm.
Diane sold the beauty salon she'd been running for 17 years and went into business with her son. The Irwins set up a small farm where they grow pot in 2 greenhouses. They also have several growing operations in residential basements around Denver. They sell it at Highland Health to people who have doctors' recommendations sanctioned by the state.
Oh, yeah, I think there's a stereotypical type of person that people think are using marijuana, medical marijuana, cannabis, whatever you want to call it, dope, pot. But there's a whole lot of me's out there.
That's right. Diane smokes pot, just like her son. Sometimes they even get high together.
Right now I smoke daily. It's a part of my daily lifestyle. I really enjoy it.
What's it like when you guys smoke together?
My mom is so funny. It's like a light switch flips on.
The Irwins say marijuana helps them cope with pain and depression. They both have marijuana patient cards from the state of Colorado, and they've become advocates for what they call the cause of legalizing pot.
There's so many people that are afraid to talk about it. And how can you, I mean, if it's in the closet, you can't really get anywhere with it, you know? You've got to put it on the table. And I think it should be a dinner table conversation.
I felt really good about coming out of the closet, the illegal cannabis closet. I feel like we've set a good model, and we're working really hard to continue setting that example.
But it's not that simple. While selling medical marijuana in a dispensary is legal, growing it on a farm or in a basement, that's a more murky legal area.
If I get worried, I call Jason. Instantly, I'm like, Jason, I don't know about this. And he'd be like, Mom, it's fine. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, okay.
But Jason himself knows he's walking a fine line. One false move and his family business could go up in smoke. Jim Spellman, CNN, Denver, Colorado.
And Jason Irwin may be one step ahead of the law for now. Tomorrow we're going to hear from lawmakers who are trying to put guys like him out of business.
Let's return to the system we had for 8 years that was not problematic. We didn't have a dispensary on every street corner.
That's like a shade above the black market. It's still not available to the masses. You still have to be like, hey, where do you get this marijuana? Do you know someone?
Still ahead, the battle to tax soda pop can raise